Lob ahead. Kalkbrenner on the run. On the shot clock. Kalkbrenner a deep three. He nailed it.
Kalkbrenner now drives, skips, bangs.
In that game too. Whoa! Look out! Lob to Neal on top. Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner running the floor. The lob
again. Free throw line. Kalkbrenner met him again. Ryan Kalkbrenner with 5 blocks. Ryan Kalkbrenner with.
See if they'll come with the one-on-one in the post or some sort of double team. Just going one-on-one.
And it's one-on-one for Kalkbrenner. Falling behind in the early few minutes here. Kalkbrenner has scored them all for the Blue Jays, and he adds 2 more. We have Neal, who's been around, and the big man Kalkbrenner, who sails that one through. Still averaged 17 points per game, but the 2 top scorers from last year are gone, and so is that done as Kalkbrenner brings that one. Down low, Kalkbrenner with the jam.
Texas Tech transfer, not playing tonight, a little banged up. You lose a lot in Trey Alexander, Bayless Shireman on the wing.
Kalkbrenner with the hook shot.
In the early stages of the year, you're still kind of learning about your own team as you go along. There's a block.
Inside tonight. Destermo battles him for that pass. Shot clock at 5. Some separation, and the left hand drops. A 10-point lead here to put this one away. And there he goes for 30.
Down, throw it into Kalkbrenner.
That's the plan, and it works perfectly. Worth looking to slip by. It's Kalkbrenner, it's a 3, and it's 41 for the big man.
First Blue Jay to score 40 in a game since there's a block.
1967. Kalkbrenner, it's been his night. Unforgettable. 49 for Ryan.
The basket, just a look at Kalkbrenner was enough to determine. Nice move by Enzaya, but Kalkbrenner says no way. Shot clock at 3. Kalkbrenner tosses it up and makes the 3. Just tries to go higher than the big man. Now the big man. Tweedy looking for any angle between the shot clock and the game clock. Kalkbrenner against a double team. Doesn't matter. That one rims out as well, so the 3 is just not falling for FDU. Kalkbrenner gets to the hoop.
Really settled in nicely, distributing the ball here.
It's 6 in the opener and 5 today. Kalkbrenner swats one for Ashworth today, and 25 in the first game. Trout to Kalkbrenner, that's 2, and the 5.
To his left, nobody there. Finds his brother Pierce, who will run down the middle of the lane. His shot altered as he
Really establishing a notable identity in terms of pace and threes, and it's really served
scorer's table. All 5 players are leaving on the next dead ball, but
to be a 10-point game this late in the first half. You're right there if you're the Huskies.
Entry to Kalkbrenner on the right block, and there's 2 more. He's got 6. I have argued for many years that altered shots should be a statistic as Kalkbrenner goes to work inside. Count for
Here in Omaha.
For a guy that has a noted reputation, as Basil goes up and Kalkbrenner says not. Here's Basil looking for the highlight at home, and Kalkbrenner provides it on the other.
This is the golden era of Creighton basketball. It just doesn't get a lot better, and there's what they do.
Isaac's double team into Kalkbrenner.
A year so far, that's it.
And a block. His first of the game. Isaac Trout, 3-point sharpshooter. This is on his first attempt. Kalkbrenner just gobbles up the rebound.
Manipulation of the schedule. He wants to play teams. He wants to get tested early. He wants that guy to be on the first play the whole game.
There's Wooster driving on Miller. Kalkbrenner there to clean it up, and a foul on Garrett. His career in college at Texas Tech.
And there is nothing like coming home and playing in front of your family and friends.
Kalkbrenner's streak is alive. Comes back to get it with Thomas defending. JCJ. Oh, erased. Kalkbrenner. Neal gets it down early. See if Kalkbrenner can get on track. Isolated against Goff. There it is. His first hoop. Dig out that rebound. He'll bring it himself. Eyes up in transition. Could not see Kalkbrenner. Isaacs needs help with Davis. There's a clean entry pass. Kalkbrenner surveys. With his back to Coleman Jones. Takes the contact. And converts. Coleman Jones attacks. You were saying,
It
Candace?
was right on cue, right there in his hands. He's got to be the playmaker for Creighton, especially since they're missing right there. Ashworth, that's a great way on the defensive end has locked down Kalkbrenner thus far as he makes me pay.
Coleman over the screen for Zurich Phelps. Erased by Kalkbrenner. Make it. Pop Isaacs had to carry a heavy load yesterday. He puts it up high for 31. Tied since we first began. Kalkbrenner. A&M's got its first lead. Ashworth. Pretty pass. Kalkbrenner gathers and completes. Phelps behind that Coleman screen. Altered by the shot blocker. Isaacs. Kalkbrenner.
Isaacs. Ball up to Kalkbrenner for the play.
Touches on the post. There we go.
Right now, Kalkbrenner in the post, working against Dickinson, one-on-one, and the hook drop with the bucket to fall. Ashworth, eyes up, starts it up the floor. Kalkbrenner on the run with a two. Creighton 0 for 3 from the floor in this half. That'll change. Kalkbrenner playing through pain, lower body injury, but he gets inside for the easy two.
Kalkbrenner hasn't scored yet. Now he's on
his game. He's all effort.
Kalkbrenner efforts that one up to the rim. Kalkbrenner lays it down. Who's shot from the 7-foot pop in John. Now Enchai supplying the defense. Kalkbrenner doesn't care.
Bam after a torn Achilles. So this is a Creighton team that is playing thin and young tonight. Big fella gets an only 2 for the Blue Jays have put it in the bucket. Wow, that was an aggressive line. 11 years a high school head coach. That's a high percentage. Look, there's a cost to it. They don't force as many takeaways as some teams might, but there's certainly. Miller dumps it in to Kalkbrenner. Nelson came from out of nowhere, but Kalkbrenner still.
11 could be a very big momentum changer.
Look at that guy. Kalkbrenner paint touch. Try to move quickly. Good post defense. Kalkbrenner still. Ashworth. Kalkbrenner wanted to let it fly. Instead, he puts it on the floor. What a smooth lob. Kalkbrenner
To Miller, Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner decides to take the three. They want him to do that.
Mark Sears and Phylon was just eating up those mid-range floaters.
And Kalkbrenner
against Kansas.
Well, they go right down low to Kalkbrenner. Yep. One-on-one. Kalkbrenner gets his man off his feet, tries to jam it, but roll three, no good. Miller with the rebound.
I can live with that right there.
Ashworth.
You know what?
Down low to Kalkbrenner, who jams it.
The guy that Creighton's relying on to be a third scorer is McAndrews. He's on the take here, but cut off. Kalkbrenner for 3. And again. There we go. Off the handoff, Ashworth for the lob. There's Kalkbrenner. All 10 players on the floor right now have already scored. And Kalkbrenner again, hanging on the rim. He's into a 3. Not here. Tapped away by Kalkbrenner. Right back into him for a slam. Averaging 25 and some change as far as his points per game on the year. Kalkbrenner spun away from the help and banked it home. See, here's the predicament. I can tell you just be jaw-dropping. Oh! Kalkbrenner upstairs! Over the course of his career that has had success against Kalkbrenner, Dixon has. Kalkbrenner takes it right out! Fell down by 10. Dixon's basket has it to 8, and Kalkbrenner erases and giving up 90 to St. Joe's and 83 early in the year. And Kalkbrenner goes right past. Almost 20 years after the special. Kalkbrenner, tough catch through a double team. We defended for 25 seconds, and then that happens. Kalkbrenner hands on it, and a foul on Dixon.
They won those games. A dramatic win in Providence as Kalkbrenner is off on his first attempt and slams it back home. Here is Smith. Ejiofor making the opening shot of the game for the Red Storm, and Ryan Kalkbrenner said,
Turning a turnover into 2 points.
Into Kalkbrenner who answers. Fedor Zugic driving. Brenner. Ashworth. Now Creighton, they haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. Kalkbrenner over. A huge resume chance for the Jays. Or bubbly. Smith shut down by Kalkbrenner. Again, free throw line. Kalkbrenner met him again. Ryan Kalkbrenner with 5 blocks. Ryan Kalkbrenner! Coach. His third game with 5 or more blocks this season, and now an alley-oop from Ashworth. They have shown championship pedigree in recent weeks, the resilience. Here's Kalkbrenner. Ryan Kalkbrenner has 4 fouls. Kalkbrenner on an island, trying to take Ejiofor, got him in the air.
Success for their teammates as they want for themselves.
Go down low. Kalkbrenner scores it.
He's had some good minutes.
Kalkbrenner creating space. He's got 2. He's starting to change Ross.
Knowing that Steven Ashworth cannot keep him off the offensive glass.
Kalkbrenner underneath doesn't miss from there.
And a timeout from three-point shooting when they do shoot. And Patrick McCaffrey is a big part of that. Here's Andre's screen against Kalkbrenner. And McCaffrey tried to bounce it unselfishly. He might have been better off taking that himself. That's where, oh, man, what a pass, too. Kalkbrenner missed it. Rebound for Ashworth. He'll hit it ahead. Again, Kalkbrenner.
Rim run. But Ashworth looks up the...
Now he'll work with Sugic. Kalkbrenner, trailer 3 this time. That is good. He left the first. How about that? Kapke off the bench. Here's Kalkbrenner again. He'll let it rip. And knocks it down.
These centers just...
McAndrew is back on out of the timeout for Creighton.
Look at that inverted ball screen.
Oh, Kalkbrenner on the attack. Feeling his way through, and no whistle. Kalkbrenner somehow wrangles that rebound and scores. My goodness.
Maybe keep him with 1.
Holding his ground. Kalkbrenner rugged to score.
Well, he just goes right.
This game for him this afternoon.
Landon Moore really giving good effort and chasing Steven Ashworth there. What a move.
Kalkbrenner in the spin cycle.
To give this offense something.
Especially as the Big East season becomes a grind. Oh, Kalkbrenner nearly took that one right in the shows. And he finishes anyway.
Able to get to that same exact move. And Andre's screen walking to the table.
Kalkbrenner, a denial that time. Tough to get it over the top of him. Into the post for screen. Kalkbrenner picks him up. Trout came over to flash by. Kalkbrenner swats it away. Creighton team, high basketball IQ. Ashworth, Kalkbrenner, another. Creighton by 5.
He hasn't guarded Kalkbrenner all that well. Good double team, and there's that same spin again.
Brooks the drive. He gets out of the way. Kalkbrenner pancaked it.
Ashworth around that Kalkbrenner screen. Good follow by the big man. Put it back in and draws the foul. But he's pretty good at that little floater. Ashworth out to Kalkbrenner. Open 3, and he hits. It's going to be important for him. Rebound. Lob ahead. Kalkbrenner on the run. That's a half-court out. Ahead to Cardette. And Cardette. Abdur-Rahim once more. Waiting. Kalkbrenner waiting too. Earlier today was moving around well, and Kim English was optimistic that he'll be back, and that lob just tipped in. Ashworth, lob again, finish again. In a longer possession, he moves nonstop, like you said, Nick, and now the lob again. 4 He's driving the ball to the basket, but he's capable. But Kalkbrenner, they're just going to leave him all alone at the top of the key, and he'll hit that 3. Yes, he will. Here's Joseph. Hasn't scored 0 for 5 tonight. He'll drive inside, nothing doing. Kalkbrenner put it on the deck, driving inside for 2. He's got 20. Joseph rejected by Kalkbrenner.
Offensively,
communication styles.
Yep, great point. Caravan with 2. Trying to get it up. Oh, they had it pancaked by Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner turns in. A tightrope across a can. Ashworth in the middle of defending him said travel. Diarra takes Kalkbrenner to the 10.
Just can't do it.
No, he can't.
Rivera with a shot behind the backboard that was caught by Connor Enright, and what a block by Kalkbrenner.
The Blue Demons.
Kalkbrenner slam dunk.
And Kalkbrenner gets it.
And Kalkbrenner meets Gunn at the rack and turns him away. Blocker inside on Ashworth. Skogman blocked by Kalkbrenner. Rivera saves them against UConn. 24 points in the Blue Jays win on the road. CJ gun underneath, and Kalkbrenner too tall. Green, gorgeous pass to Kalkbrenner.
Unless he's away from the hoop or wide open.
Alley-oop.
What's helped is Isaac Trout has found his shot. As McAndrew has somewhat hit a rough patch, but right inside to Kalkbrenner.
Terrific to start. 3 for 3. He's got 6 points. Kalkbrenner down the floor quickly. Double team. Doesn't matter. Wall on the drive. Kalkbrenner says no. Ashworth will enter to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner spinning inside. Gets to the rim and a chance for one more.
Pick and roll, whether it's his shots or distributing.
Lob to Kalkbrenner. That is it. Here's McAndrew. Looking inside. Good catch and finish. Kalkbrenner movement on that possession for Seton Hall.
Totally agree.
Long pass ahead. Kalkbrenner up and down. With a whimper.
Yes.
And that has carried over to the second half as Ashworth.
Huge. Off of this, either made or missed, Xavier is going to fly down the floor. And Kalkbrenner moves to be a screener for handoffs so guys can come off and shoot. Wow. Oh, wow. That was one scale.
Stephen Ashworth still has not scored yet. As Kalkbrenner takes an outside pop and hits the East game. Trout. He misses. Kalkbrenner inside position. Timeout. John Hughley just got a couple of chest pats from Dante Jackson, their assistant coach, after a good run in the Big East standings from those two. With 2 losses on the year. Kalkbrenner up top on the table for Creighton after going to the locker room. McAndrew at 3 on the shot clock. Kalkbrenner at deep 3. He nailed it. Neal downhill. And Swain close by. And Kalkbrenner finds a seam. He's got Fremantle again, like he has so many times in his career. Here they are. And Kalkbrenner bangs it home. The assignment on Kalkbrenner. Forced to give up. Ashworth with the blow by. Little ball fake. Feeds Kalkbrenner, who lays it up. Xavier just tied it. Creighton trying to extend their 2-point lead to 4 with Kalkbrenner.
No call. Get some momentum going in this game.
Neal feeds is big, and Kalkbrenner short. Smallest guy on the floor. That's vintage about that. Vintage. 9 minutes of game time. He didn't score in the last 6.5 in the first half. There's a rejection on that dribble drive. Kalkbrenner comes out high to set the pick for Ashworth. It's been close throughout. Kalkbrenner.
See, so the problem is when you
quick pop and answers right back. If you get the shooter at University of Florida, NBA Kalkbrenner tees up a deep 3 and hits his first. And who blocked it? Kalkbrenner.
took advantage to stay in that game too.
Whoa, look out! Oh!
He's figuring that out. If you can get him outside of the paint.
Here's alley-oop. It's up. That was just to your point. And then he gathers. And Kalkbrenner beat everybody.
They can stand in there. They make it difficult.
Ashworth finds Kalkbrenner. Jump. Oh, nicely done. Trying to get an opening. Flares out, gives it to the big man. And Kalkbrenner finishes downstairs. Dugic, fade, nothing. And that finish again. Had a touch in a while, let alone a shot. Ashworth. Oh, yeah! Had a shot here, second half. Not had a lot of minutes. Kalkbrenner from three, and he got it. We couldn't finish within little finger roll reach. There's another alley-oop. Beautifully done. He's got to take it. What's he waiting for? He's got to take it.
Well, he's waiting to see.
Opportunity point guard.
He throws the ball up and lets his guys do the work.
Block by Kalkbrenner. Wow.
A little bobble, then over Gold. A little strong. Kalkbrenner with the rebound and the putback.
That's where Marquette's defense has struggled.
Cam Jones going to work against Kalkbrenner. Drive it inside. Jones trying to save it. 4 to shoot for Gold.
Ashworth was just 1 for 13 from 3 against these two in Milwaukee, and now
good block out there by Jason Green. Have to be aware with Stevie Mitchell on the offensive glass.
And how about that line? Ashworth always on the move. Driving against Joplin. To his big man inside for 2 more.
Zay Lowry
The step through and Kalkbrenner swooping in. Ashworth probing that zone, gets it inside to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner to the rim for two.
That's just one. Marquette's a team that's known for getting on the offensive glass.
16 of them today. Kalkbrenner erases it at the rim. Neal trying to find some room against Ross. Back out to Kalkbrenner, big man for three, and that'll fall.
Other than McNeely to score for UConn tonight. Neal, nice bounce pass. Kalkbrenner the finish.
How much the dribble handoff has become part of the game. What a pass! Network. Solo ball. Kalkbrenner rejects him. Ashworth trying to get it to Kalkbrenner. Now he does. Kalkbrenner in the paint for two.
Here's Kalkbrenner. He can also dial it up. Had a hand in his face and got the bounce.
Different game.
Ashworth trying to put edge of four. Off guard, and there you go. Kalkbrenner with a slam.
St. John's losses by a total of what, 7 points?
7 points. Fewest in America. Kalkbrenner and one. Neal. Ashworth to Kalkbrenner. Hurrying, slamming.
Neal gets downhill, lobs it up top for Kalkbrenner. 27-win season. Peavy trying to put Kalkbrenner on a poster. McAndrew bounces it for Kalkbrenner. Backs down fielder, one-on-one, goes to the lever, but they don't get that without him as Kalkbrenner stuffs away the dunk attempt to Peavy. Kalkbrenner runs. Lob. Kalkbrenner flush. Neal, no. Offensive rebound for the rebounds. Ashworth lobs. Kalkbrenner, nobody's there behind him. Lobbed at Neal, up top.
The lob. Kalkbrenner makes the catch and puts it in. Here's Kalkbrenner. Just too easy for him. Kalkbrenner. Again, the shot by Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner running the floor. The lob! For four from downtown is J.J. Traynor. The pass inside. Kalkbrenner. So again, just great position. Another offensive rebound. Ashworth, the lob.
No run for Xavier. Ashworth, nice slip, and Kalkbrenner. Neal, what a pass. Swain down the lane. Oh, Kalkbrenner, the ultimate season, and Fremantle certainly has had that. A couple of surgeries on his foot for Fremantle. How about that? They get it into Kalkbrenner. Hughley's back in defending him, but Kalkbrenner gets trying to run and be as aggressive as they are, and you only have 7 guys doing it. This is just one-on-one here. Kalkbrenner against Hughley. A lot of contact to that face. Kalkbrenner right around Freeman. It's going to have to start right now. Ashworth with a lob. Boy, those two do that as to make it as difficult as you can. Kalkbrenner.
That was pretty easy. They're laying up for the rest of your guys to get downhill.
Zipped inside to Kalkbrenner. Ashworth and Kalkbrenner like peanut butter and jelly. It's making them look out. Middleton, the step through rejected by Kalkbrenner. Who, of course, leads the Big East in blocks.
Yeah, Porter's got to really try to be big. I like this. Got to go to work. Got to be assertive. Yeah. He's got such a long
modern-day world of college basketball. Oh, nice slip, Kalkbrenner. Yeah, they're forcing Creighton to mind their P's and Q's here as they get across the midcourt line. Kalkbrenner.
7 lead changes in the first 4+ minutes. Kalkbrenner a little bobble, but he got to the trumpet at the big way. These threes are falling. Something in the air, but Kalkbrenner says, how about an easy 2? And Telford just popped that one anyway. Telford to Brooks. And there's the lob to start this game. There's Biz Jack, blocked by Kalkbrenner. Big East play in a career. 247 of them on the other end. 2 more points. Launches the 3. That's no good.
I see McCaffrey seek out contact and get to the line.
Hinkle Fieldhouse. Creighton was able to get loose in the open floor. Kalkbrenner with the challenge on the... Going to get to the logo. Ashworth finding Kalkbrenner. Neal. Drive. Kalkbrenner kind of feathers. He'll step back. Got an open 3. Ashworth no, but there's Kalkbrenner. Ashworth with the much longer McCaffrey in front of him. Gets it inside the Kalkbrenner. Trying to dislodge screen. He's making it tough.
8 to shoot. Benson inside on Kalkbrenner. Pivots. Dream shake. Nothing. Block. And
And shot clock violation. That's why he's facing.
Good D. Nobody's helping either.
Jump hook. Got it. Job by Thomas. 8 to shoot.
He's a good defender, that kid.
Kalkbrenner a 3. That's what you want.
Yep.
But you don't.
But you know,
Kalkbrenner again. Hey, NBA. Blocker. Drive. Whoa. He tried to jam it on Kalkbrenner. And just the thumb. Here he is for straightaway 3. Rims off.
look at this rebound.
Kalkbrenner with the stick back.
Leaves it all out.
Blocker. To the cup. Blocked by Kalkbrenner. Forget it. Throw him at the feet like Rich feet.
No NIL in those days.
Here's Kalkbrenner. How about that? Neal. Kalkbrenner now drives, skips, bangs. Good.
Look at him perform. He learned to point a little more. Nice entry.
Kalkbrenner draws the crowd. Good play. Right away inside this time.
There you go. Look at this size disparity.
And in. Easy. Kalkbrenner. Blocker. Block out of bounds. Number 6 to shoot. Kalkbrenner driving.
Take the momentum with you in halftime.
Kalkbrenner leading. Inside. Kalkbrenner jump hook. And it goes. Guarded by Johnson. Tries to back him down. Gets a foot in the paint. Turn around Jay. Down it. After Creighton had a 17-point lead. Inside Kalkbrenner. Nice.
Kadari Richmond is playing with one shoe. Staying with the moment. Excellent defense. St. John's one of the best at swiping down, and speaking about one of the best.
Backdoor Lewis. Blocked by Kalkbrenner. Get out of here. Neal. Kalkbrenner. And a big trouble. Lane. Crafty. Off the glass. No. Kalkbrenner there. Crossover. Push off. Strong. Loose. Gets his own rebound. Blocked from behind. Ball squirts out. Who wants it? Start. Brewing. Kalkbrenner, though, answers.
Against St. John's at Madison Square Garden. So this is right on par. It's Kalkbrenner, one of the best shot block, 9 against Duke in the ACC title game. Kalkbrenner gets to the basket. He's fouled to his game. It's too bad he's not at 100%. Up top, easy as it gets. Ashworth
And Virginia there getting that shot.
Neal leaves it for Kalkbrenner. Wow, just beautiful. Tall task for Louisville. As Kalkbrenner, he'll shoot the 3 every now and then. He's got a nice stroke. Hadley blocked by Kalkbrenner. Gets it back. Zugits turns the corner. Kalkbrenner's right there. Wow, the play design.
And it paid off this year, and it's going to pay off in the very near.
Gives it up. Kalkbrenner. He'll shoot it from out there. And he banks one in. State on Thursday. Ashworth tried to draw a foul. Kalkbrenner is there. Here's McAndrew. Only his second miss. Kalkbrenner offensive rebound. Backs his way in. There you go.
Offensively and defensively, Auburn has really been effective, in particular in the second half.
Shooters on the floor around Kalkbrenner, and he's open inside.
I think staying loose is going to be the key right now until coach gives him the green light.
Thank you. Looking for Kalkbrenner inside. Got the matchup they want again. Kalkbrenner just powers his way in against Creighton. He's a star. Kelly guarding Neal. Creighton inside to Kalkbrenner. Two-handed.